This week on the Tim and Josh Show, Josh and I talk to John Snoodler, and we talk about the Peru mission field, why he's called Snoodler, and we even do an audio Ad Libs. All that and more this week on the Tim and Josh Show.
It's the Tim and Josh Show, starring Josh and Tim, and it's starting right now.
How are you doing today, John?
Doing quite well. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Dude, you honor us. So, what is your channel, and why are you called the Snoodler?
It was a nickname given to me by a friend's brother. This is a story I don't tell very often. So,
Oh,
do you remember Finnegan Rowe from the Ultimate Unofficial VeggieTales channel?
of course we do. We've had him on the show before. Yes.
Yes, I'm really tight with him. We're good pals. And one live stream, he did a Christmas live stream in 2022, and his brother Calloway was on a chat. And for some strange reason, he decided to call me Snoodler. I don't know how that came to be. Yeah, but then for some strange reason, it just stuck. So I decided to take that and put it as my channel nickname.
So is Snoodle's Tale not your favorite episode of VeggieTales?
It is my number one favorite VeggieTales episode of all time.
Okay, there's the reason. There it is.
Yes.
Okay, but why is Snoodle's Tale your favorite episode?
Well, as a kid, I was never a fan of it, to be honest. I just thought it was one of the most boring episodes ever. I honestly had no idea why they made that in the first place.
Wow, what converted you?
It was in 2018. One thing you got to know, I'm sure we'll probably get into this much later, but my family and I used to be missionaries in South America.
Right.
For about 15 years. And at one point, because like I said, I was not a fan of the episode. One time, my dad and I, you know, those street corners, wherever you have people like fixing up bikes and like adjusting tires and like screwing them in and such.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because at the house where we were living at the time in Peru, we had two flat tire bikes. This is the context of the story. So we took them to the guy who knows how to fix bikes. So he properly adjusts them, inflate them, and then I assume you know what a bolt hammer is.
Josh does.
Anyways, my dad was like, "Here, John, here, look at this hammer." And just for context, my dad is like the nicest, sweetest guy of all time. It's just we used to have like some sort of misunderstanding when we were younger. Now we kind of get along. He wasn't bad by any chance. We just had both different ideas and ways of thinking. But then I don't know what prompted me to say this. I was trying to say something else, but it came out another way. This bolt hammer was like rusty and dirty. For some reason, I don't know why it prompted my 16-year-old way. I was trying to say I really don't want to touch dirty stuff, but instead the words that came out of my mouth were I was dainty. Wrong move on my part. I did not know at the time. So he went from happy to really upset. He was going to threaten me to throw me out to the street. So I picked up the hammer. He took a picture of it. That was that. And 3 days later, I was really hurt. Like, to me, because also another thing you got to know is I'm also on the spectrum as well, too. Like, I'm a special needs young adult, meaning I'm on the autism spectrum. And three things came to mind. One thought was I thought he was actually going to actually throw me out to the road as roadkill. That was thought number one. Now, again, keep in mind, he is not a terrible person by any chance. We just had a slight misunderstanding. Thought number two was I thought he was going to leave me on the street like a street kid. Thought number three was with the way he said it, it almost kind of gave me the implications that I was basically a nobody, like a worthless nobody. Like that was not his intention by any chance, but that's what kind of came across as. And one night while my parents were taking my two younger sisters to ballet practice, and I was guarding the house by myself, and I put in the Snoodles Tale episode. It was specifically on the God Made You Special compilation, I remembered. And just watching the ending where the Snoodle was meeting his creator and touched me in a way that I really needed to hear, because that moment was really hard, but it didn't have to define who I was as a person. And it just felt freeing knowing that, yeah, that experience was hard, but it didn't have to define who I was as a person or who I was as my creator. And since then, especially in the last 5 or 6 years, it's moved to my number one spot in my top 10 list now. So there's your long-winded story of why Snoodle was my favorite episode.
Thank you for sharing that story with us. How do you want me to address you throughout the episode? Do you want me to address you as John or Snoodler?
Either.
Okay.
Either is fine.
Okay, cool. I noticed on your bio that your interests are Kim Possible, Encanto, VeggieTales, Lion King franchise, Phineas and Ferb, and drawing. When I noticed Kim Possible, because I didn't grow up with the show Kim Possible.
What?
No. Did
Oh, that
Josh?
is so sad.
You grew up with Kim Possible too?
Of course.
Man, well, see, here's my question was, is it really good? Is it like,
Yes, yes, it
okay,
is.
how many seasons is it?
Goodness.
No,
Is it
four. It
really
was
three?
4 seasons.
Yeah.
There's 4 seasons.
It's the character dynamics and the humor.
Right.
It's more sitcom-y, like those jokes that are really smart and intelligent, and it held up because of that.
Hmm.
Just so you know, I didn't grow up with Kim Possible either. I just watched it last year.
Really? Oh, so you're
Yes,
you're an adult convert to Kim Possible.
yes. Well, here's the thing. I stayed away with it most of my life because I knew they had a cult following. So I tried my best to stay away from it as best as I can
I don't want to be
until
part of that
last
cult
year.
following.
It was
Yeah.
popular. Back when I was a baby, it was super, super popular.
Well, okay. As soon as I get access to it, I'll watch it. All right, so how did you get involved with the VeggieTales community?
Well, I knew it always existed, back in the late 2010s, but I
Hmm.
didn't actually officially join until 2022 when I was on Finn's podcast.
How'd you get on Finn's podcast?
I just simply asked, and that was it. I was like, "Hey, I'm a VeggieTales fan. I want to be part of this podcast." So I simply asked. It was just
Oh,
as simple as that. I asked.
well, there you go.
Yes.
And now you got like over 1,000 subscribers. By the way, I'm switching topics, but your Easter one that you did 3 years ago or whatever,
The
the
Easter sketch.
the Easter sketch with the plush toys,
Yes.
that's my favorite one of yours. That's my
You're
favorite.
kidding. You're
Are you
kidding.
kidding? No. Yes, I love it. I love it. I showed it to my 1-year-old son today. He loves Bob.
I've heard.
You've heard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's one of my favorite. But you seem to be surprised by that. Why is that?
I thought it would be one of my other videos that would have gotten popular or at least more noticed.
I really like that one, and I like it because it's very wholesome and it tells the
Mm.
gospel. But I digress. So, what are some of your favorite vintage VeggieTales collectibles?
Okay, so I
Wow.
had this one since I was just a little baby before my family and I went to the mission field.
Larry the Cucumbers. That is an older vintage VeggieTales
Yes.
one. Is that the one from the Easter
Yes,
episode?
that's the one who ate the pea.
Show us more.
Okay, we got
Oh,
matching
we have
Bob.
Bob.
hey, that's also the one from the Easter episode. I'm freaking out. I've seen all the cameos from the Easter episode. This is great.
Yeah, these have been with me since I was just a little baby. Like they've been with me through like camping trips. They've been with me through floods, through different housing locations. Like they've been troopers.
You have brought up Madame Blueberry up to the screen. Bro, I have been looking for that one.
This one I got on eBay.
Oh my gosh, is that Kyle?
Yeah, that's Khalil. That's Khalil, my traveling buddy.
Jimmy Gourd. You got a
Little
Jimmy
Cheshire
Gourd. Oh, Pirate Paw Grape. I love it.
from the Pirates movie.
Nice.
Yes, except I took off his costume years ago.
Where do you get these VeggieTales books? Because a lot of these, like the novelization of Lord of the Beans and all these other VeggieTales episodes, I have never really seen before. Where did you get these? Are these books that actually exist?
The Lord of the Beans one, yes. Here's the interesting thing. For those who may or may not know about this, at the time when VeggieTales was producing Lord of the Beans, they got in a lot of flack for doing a spoof of it because, what was it, New Line Cinema, who distributed the original Lord of the Rings, did not give them permission for them to spoof Lord of the Beans. So their only deal was you could finish the show. Any other merchandise that you make out of this show has to be burned and scrapped.
No.
Yes, that's what I've heard from the big man himself. And so one of the last few existing properties was that book. And I think I've gotten that from like some sort of rare book website. And I saw that and was like, no way. There's no way. Like, no,
Was there other Lord of the Beans merchandise besides the book?
No plush toys. I think there was an idea at one point for like a dinnerware set that got
Oh.
scrapped. Puzzle got scrapped. At one point there was a beanie that they were going to make that got scrapped. Any other merchandise? New Line Cinema told them no more. Just do the show, no merch.
At what point did New Line Cinema discover about Lord of the Beans? Did they publish it and then they got in trouble, or was it somewhere during the
Production pipeline. My best guess, it was either halfway through production or shortly after the show came out.
Man, that's tough.
I know.
That's interesting. I
What
know.
were the other book?
Yeah, the other books. You have like even for some for Noah's Ark, for Larry Boy and the Rumor Weed. Are those real books or did you make those?
I did not make those books. I got those from eBay. Ones like
Okay.
Rumorweed and Josh, that came from a Bible storybook that they did a while back. It was
Oh.
shortly after they released Gideon. because Gideon was their newest DVD at the time. So that's why
Mm.
Gideon was in there. And like space like Rumor Weed and anything that has the countertop introduction and that's like 3 to 4 minutes long,
Mhm.
that came from the Bible storybook.
No way.
Yes.
Now I want the
That was my
VeggieTales.
Devo.
I can't imagine like Josh. I can't imagine
No,
like
I'm serious.
wait, you had this one?
Yeah, I we had the VeggieTales storybook, and after dinner we would read a chapter of it.
Are you serious?
Oh,
Yeah,
You
and
never
that was our
told me about
Devo.
this.
you never told me about this.
I can't
Oh,
imagine opening up the Bible and seeing the Larry Boy and the Rumor Weed just in there between the pages. So you were a missionary in Peru. Was that like you
so
growing up on the mission field, or were you towards Peru?
here's the story that doesn't get told often, at least
Okay.
on YouTube. In the early 2000s, my parents were Bible college students and they were Christians. And so the story was, typically babies are born like 9 months.
Mhm.
Well, turns out I was actually a premature baby. So I was born 6 months and I almost didn't make it. And then I thankfully survived and made it out alive. But I was such a tiny little guy in that incubator. I was like in the incubator for like 6 months or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
And then during that time when my parents were in this Bible college, my dad felt like he had a call from God to go be in the mission field, specifically in South America. So he told my mom about this. He was pumped up about it. My mom was scared to death about this idea. And so they sold everything. They purchased 3 one-way tickets with no guarantee of ever coming back to the US. And when they landed there, it was terrifying for them because they spoke very broken Spanish. Like they
Mm.
only know the basics and having to raise a special needs kid as well too to add on to that. And I think about year two, like 2 years into it, they finally got adjusted and they started to get the hang of it.
Mm.
And yeah, so I was a little kid raised in the mission field watching VeggieTales. We usually get them from our grandmother in packages, and that's where I also get the plushies and the toys as well too. And it was interesting because I loved it as a kid, but I always wonder like, what would it be like to be a normal kid living not in the mission field, but then
Mm.
but it wasn't like all doom and gloom, but it wasn't all sad. It was fun and interesting. And then my two younger sisters came along, adding a third sister along the way as well too. And yeah, it was interesting. Then eventually, sometime in I want to say 2015, 2016, my mother decides to host a homeschool cooperative with the other missionary families that came over. Yeah, and then it was such fascinating times, and it was definitely interesting for sure. And now, having just graduated from the same Bible college that my parents did, I also have to recently learn to not just rely on my parents' faith, but I also have to learn to discover God on my own and to just learn what it means to be wanting to get to know God and to draw closer to Him. I'm in this season where I don't know what's going to happen next to me. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. And then it just feels like recently God's been trying to tell me this is more like a training ground season, like learning the skills that I need for my future and to learn to rely on Him and not on my own to
Mm.
take care of what I need in the future and to mostly just focus on Him and draw closer and just basically learn how to do Christianity. You get to just
Yeah.
already sound like a broken record.
No.
Which Bible college?
Christ for the Nations Institute on Texas.
Are you still at Bible college or?
No, I just graduated.
What was your favorite class?
Again, I don't know if you know this, John, but both Josh and I are Bible college graduates. That's how we met.
Interesting. Were you roommates?
He
We
was
were
my dorm steward.
I was his dorm steward for one semester, but we were friends. I was his dorm steward and we're friends afterwards. So
Yeah.
that's how Josh and I know each other. That's crazy. I didn't realize we were talking with a fellow Bible college graduate.
Yeah.
We met you in the VeggieTales community of all places. I mean,
Yeah.
anyways, Josh, you were asking him what was his favorite
Yeah. What was your favorite class?
It was definitely children's ministry. And I know what you're thinking. A special needs person doing a children's ministry? That sounds a little unusual. Yes, I know. And the funny thing is, I thought it was going to be easy, but no, it's actually much more harder. You have to have like a lot of hard work being put into it as well, too. And I think that's also where my love for children came from as well, too. And, just wanting to be a father, but also wanting to minister to not just like kids, but also like teens as well, too. Here's the weird part. I don't want to make this sound weird, but for the first years, it was just like a bunch of women there. I was the only guy. I
Oh.
felt so emasculated because there is that mindset of ministering or teaching children is for women only, and guys can't be involved in this, which is that's totally false.
I was just gonna say, I kind of know that feeling. I started serving at our local Awana. The first time I started serving, they wanted me to be with the Sparkies. Those are your elementary school students.
Oh
And
no.
I was the only guy teacher there. Everybody else were all
Oh.
women. And I'm like, this just kind of feels a little awkward, but this is where the Lord has me, and I'm gonna spread the light of Christ.
Kids need a masculine presence too. It definitely needs to be screened. You don't want to just let any guy who,
Right.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't say it better.
All right. So when did you move from Peru to America?
So what happened is, thanks a lot, COVID. My
Oh,
family and I were stuck in COVID in 2020, and we honestly thought we were going to be stuck there forever. At least I thought I did. But fortunately, for those who were living here that were not native born to Peru, there was a fight for those specifically for them to go Peru to the States. And
mhm.
so that was me and my family. So we're in the midst of COVID. We're trying our best to survive the best we can. First, we moved to Mississippi just to go be somewhere because my dad felt like God was calling him to go back to Texas and be a teacher. And it was a very interesting time, too, because we were friends with this family for about since 2013 and we were close to them. And then, so, like I said, we moved to Mississippi from like the first half of June of 2021.
Mhm.
That's where we moved away from Mississippi to Texas. I didn't start going to Bible college until January of 2022. It was a very emotional roller coaster.
Bro, we were at Bible college during the same time.
No way.
Yeah, 2022. I was at Bible college.
Oh,
Wow. Do you have any words of advice for all the other missionary kids?
for those who are on the mission field, I would say keep going because what you're doing is really valuable. Keep doing what God's been calling you to do. If you're called to be a missionary, then I'd say seek Him first and I'll discern if He actually is calling you to be a missionary. For those who have left the mission field, I would say that's not what you're going to be known for the rest of your life. You can't be the one thing you're known as. Like you need to learn to like know who you actually are, like as a person. Like your mission title is not what your identity is based off of, and just basically say, even after you go up to the mission field, like seek God and to know Him and to seek out what exactly He wants you to do.
Mm.
Yeah, I've noticed that you made some VeggieTales animatics.
I did one.
I thought there was two.
No, there's just one.
Okay, never mind. I saw the same one twice, and I thought it was two. So, how long does it take to make, am I pronouncing it right, an animatic with
Yeah,
like,
you got it. That specific one, that took like 2.5 months to complete. I never want to do another animatic ever again after that one.
my gosh. I mean, I watched it. I liked it. So it actually took 2 months. Like, how much time were you spending per week on making it?
I don't know. Because the thing was, I was trying to make the story designs look exactly like they do with the teaser trailers on 2000's VeggieTales episodes. That was the thing. I realized that was way too time consuming and
I
I never want to do another animatic again for the rest of my life.
We
go
talked about your favorite VeggieTales episode. What's
ahead.
your least
Mhm.
favorite?
Ooh.
Oh gosh, it's a tie. I don't know which ones were. Actually, I think I do know.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm like, are we gonna think this? Wait a minute. I want to write it down. I want to know if we're thinking of the same ones. Okay. What are yours?
The Wonderful World of Autotainment.
Shut the front door. How dare you? That's your least.
Yes,
You said it was a tie. What was the other one? What was the other one?
Noah's Ark.
Oh, does that even count? Because
Yes, in my mind.
like that's like a completely different universe of vegetables. Larry on the countertop of Noah's Ark is not the same Larry in Where's God When I'm Scared. He has no memories of that past because it's not him. It's a completely different Larry. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, apart from Noah's Ark and Wonderful World of Entertainment, is there any other tie or anything?
No, that's it. Those are the only two ties.
Oh my gosh. I wrote down Egg Bob and Second Easter. So the Humpty Dumpty, the little house that's
Oh, Little House. That's okay. Yeah, I have some grievances with that one, but it's not what you're thinking of.
I just recorded a commentary on that one, and I am aggressive during the Humpty Dumpty stage. It is borderline hateful, and I'm never that way in VeggieTales commentary. And the same for Twas the Night Before Easter.
Oh gosh, I love the commentary that you guys did. I hated that episode. It
Oh,
bored me to death.
I don't like that episode. There's just
Me
some.
neither. Neither of us do. Well, except for one friend of mine.
I don't know which one I hate more. Twas the Night Before Easter is such a grievance because it's not an original episode.
No.
Dumpty makes me so mad because the story itself is like nails on a chalkboard. Anyway, you'll eventually hear it.
You talked about how you liked a lot of Disney stuff.
Yeah,
Disney or
shows.
Universal Studios?
Ooh.
Disney.
Oh, well,
Disney all the way? Wow.
Because Universal put out Illuminations, and I'm not a big Illuminations fan.
but Minions.
How dare you?
I could
Despicable Me is the only good one, okay?
I
Oh,
couldn't
I
even
disagree. Out of all of Illumination Studios, for me, it's The Secret Life of Pets.
Oh, Josh. No.
That one is.
I will not say a word. I will not say a single word.
What about How to Train Your Dragon? That's part of Universal
No,
Studios.
That I can get behind.
All
I love that
right.
movie.
that's true.
Okay, see?
So you telling me we can have a Minions and How to Train Your Dragon crossover?
No,
Link-
I
thank
guess
you.
technically.
No, the verse would not hold it.
Bob and Larry are also under the Universal umbrella now.
Yeah, but they treat it terrible. They don't treat it like the respect they need it to.
Yeah. Well, John, here's what I'm wondering. Because you know about audio ad libs, correct?
Yes, I've heard of all of them. Those are always my favorite part of the show.
Oh, man, that's great.
Now I'm curious, which one's your favorite?
Oh, I got two. One was the pirate donut one.
Oh my.
My second favorite was the one you did with Marcy when the two cops were arresting her for what, illegal vacuum cleaners or something
That
like
was
that.
good.
All right, so the premise is two baristas get recruited into the army. All right, ladies, welcome to HE Double Hockey Sticks. I think you all know why you're here. You're in the army. All right, speak up and say your name, barista boy.
Sir, my name's not Barista Boy. It's Frederick.
Order for HELO. Did I misspell it?
Oh my gosh, you're not in a Starbucks anymore, little barista boy. All right, Freddie, and barista boy number 2. Listen to me. You're no longer in Starbucks anymore. It's not all cream cheese danishes and heating it up and getting your name right. Everybody get in the trailer car. We're going in. Get in the training cart. Get in there. Okay, we're driving to the edge of the bank to the beach. Okay, everybody get off. All right, we're at the beach now. Okay, you see the ocean? All right, you are going to swim across it and I'm going to fly over there and I'm going to meet you on the other side. You got it? This is your training. Get in the ocean right now.
Is
How
there a
am I supposed to
Starbucks
keep
over
my
there?
raspberry?
Quit your whining, barista boys. I am going to make me a blueberry latte while you do this. Yes, I was once a barista too. Now swim the Pacific Ocean this minute.
Okay.
It's okay, Freddie. I think there's a Starbucks over there.
Ooh, I love their lemon danishes.
And see, John,
Oh, that was beautiful.
for people who are going to check out your channel, what do you recommend they check out first?
So if I had to check out one, probably the proudest work I've ever done was the VeggieTales live show review.
Well, John, thank you so much for being on the show.
See ya, Tim. See ya, Josh. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you. Thank you.
Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Do you have any plans this
Lizzie
evening?
doing? You know, I am going to just sit and read. I got this new book. I got to show you it because it's like so cool. I rarely read fiction, but it is The Other Bennett Sister.
No. Is this
It's about Mary Bennett.
Is this about a Pride and Prejudice?
Yeah, it's about the other sister.
No.
Mary, the one who's not good looking.
No way.
Yeah.
I actually want to read that, bro. Holy,
It's really good.
what's gonna happen
It
to her?
is.
What part are you at?
I just started. I got it yesterday. It jumps right in.
How does it start?
It really starts about describing her. Like
Oh.
how at the age of 10, she realized that her mom doesn't really like her because Mary Bennett is not beautiful like all her other siblings.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Oh, hi, John. We were just talking about a book that Josh is reading right now.
Ooh.
Yes,
So what book?
It's called The Other Bennett Sister.
it's a Pride and
Oh.
It's a Pride and Prejudice. Dude, I know. I'm sorry. You just kind of came in the middle of that. We usually don't start our interviews talking about a book that Josh is reading on like a fan fiction, Pride and Prejudice. How are you doing today, John?